Day 3 of BYU football fall camp is completed here. Mitch Harper and Matt Baiamonte, KSLSports.com and KSL News Radio. Action-packed, I thought, media observation, Matt. There was a lot of things to pull from here. We saw a lot of red zone work here on the West End field, again, split fields here at the new Zions Bank practice fields. And I thought we saw a little bit of Gary Bohannon, Jake Retzlaff, McKay Hillstead. Again, pretty action-packed. Trace and Bourget as well.
I think it's important to note that it wasn't a true ones and twos. They were intermixed, so there's nothing to take away from Retzlaff throwing it to Reiner Swanson.
Right.
That could have been ones. That could have been. It was mixed. It was clear that it was mixed, but I did think it was noteworthy that Swanson was mixed in with that group. I think that speaks volumes to his talent and where he's at. I thought the throw of the day, too, was Retzlaff to Marion in a red zone touchdown situation.
It was, I thought it was, Retzlaff had that touchdown pass. It was a sidearm ball, really nice ball by Jake Retzlaff. And I thought it was underrated, too, Matt. He had some passes, a little bit overthrown, but they were in places where they're going to just be out of reach. Attempted passes into the end zone, they're not going to be picked off. And I think there's some nuance there when you're analyzing a quarterback race like everyone is in this battle. Things like that where you're taking care of the ball, that's going to be critical for Jake.
One position group that's getting interesting, the running back group, right? So from what we saw, did not see LJ. We saw Falau Rapati and Pokai Haonga. However, LJ did speak to the media. Anticipations, Mitch, is that he'll be ready to go game one. I know there's been conflicting reports, but that's kind of what we saw today from the running back group.
Yeah, and LJ was here at practice. We didn't see him in the team portion, but when we asked him, it's just kind of awkward because, it was great to hear from him amidst this, and he comes out and asks, hey, what's your participation level in practice? He's like, full go?
I liked what Jay Hill said about full go. He's like, what even is full go? Like, people are out here.
Yes, it's a very fair point. But yeah, LJ Martin was here, and he said he's expecting to play game one. So we'll leave it at that. But we saw Falau Rapati. We saw Sione Moa, number 30, not Sione Moa on the defensive side, 41. He had some nice runs in the backfield. I wouldn't expect him to be in the top mixing of the running back units, but Kalani's had a lot of praise for these running backs because they didn't sign a transfer portal guy this year. He's got a lot of belief in these guys that are in the building already.
On the defensive side of the ball, Mitch, I thought the play of the day was Talon Alfrey batting away. Would have been touchdown to Reiner Swanson from McKay Hillstead. That safety group, it's loaded. We heard from Jay Hill today. There's 6 dudes that have started games for BYU, and he loves the 2 freshmen. So we're talking 8 guys kind of battling in. Micah Harper getting some time at nickel. That's a fun position battle to watch, but Alfrey making a play was nice.
Alfrey, Micah Harper has been playing a little bit of the nickel, as we heard from Jay Hill today. This safety unit's pretty good. I have a lot of confidence in this defense. It's growing, Matt. I feel like this group is going to be in a position where they can win some low-scoring games for BYU. And I like some of the growth I'm seeing from the defensive line. BYU's defense could be a pleasant surprise, I think, in the Big 12 this year.
I think so. Jay Hill raved about the defensive line, added a lot of strength. That's going to be important. Thinks Tyler Batty is poised for a, quote, phenomenal season, which would be huge for BYU football. You got a lot of the options. I thought Isaiah Glasker made a nice play today in the team observation that we saw. So there's a lot there, even with the sad news of Ben Bywater having to hang it up medically. You like the personnel that you're seeing here at practice.
One other note on the quarterback battle. Aaron Roderick asked him about Gary Bohannon and where he's grown since spring ball and as the shoulder has recovered. He said that the shoulder has recovered and he looks a lot better in spring. It makes you wonder, Matt, does the fact that he exited spring on even footing with Jake Retzlaff with a banged up shoulder, now his shoulder's 100% as he put earlier this week, are things trending to Gary Bohannon, you think?
I do believe Aaron Roderick when he says it's 50-50.
I do.
I don't know when it's going to be. There's no point in really figuring that out. And I also did like, too, how he referenced the past and how he's never really made the decision, that it sort of makes itself as time goes on. It's only day 3. We've got a long way to go. I still personally think Jake Retzlaff might have a slight edge Not to say that Gary can't
Yeah.
come in and win the job, but Jake's got the experience in the offense and he's got the game experience. That was another thing A-Rod noted, Mitch, is that, hey, I like what I'm seeing. Wide receiver room's deep. This is cool. But at the end of the day, all that matters is performing in games. And that's ultimately what's going to matter for whoever gets that first snap.
Full coverage of BYU football fall camp on KSLSports.com. We will have a loaded Cougar Sports Saturday. Tomorrow you'll hear from Caleb Etienne, Cody Epps. You caught up with him. Some interviews we've had, Mark Collins, Crew Wakely. Going to be a loaded show. We'll also have AJ DeBanza, who's got BYU basketball in his top 7. So loaded show coming up tomorrow on Cougar Sports Saturday. So we'll talk to you then on KSL Sports.